Yeah, guys. So this is one of the 40 hours in Zion I did for Prophet Adebanjo. All right, and I'm going to be sharing the breakdowns, how I got the elements, why I actually did what I did on this design. Because if you check most of videos, they actually talks about how you can use your elements to communicate the exact intentions of the clients to the audience directly. So basically, we are going to be doing the same thing, the breakdown of this actual design. Let's turn off all the layers. Let's turn off the layers. So this is what we have from ground zero. These are our backgrounds. This is what exactly it looks like. So this was my actual, you know, background. But this is not all. And then I think I got this background from Pinterest. Then I use my free pick to enhance it. Now, as you can see free pick enhance. Now, I what I did is that I duplicated the image. The upper part I used a radiant blur on it. So let's check the positions of the blur. So as you can see, this is a radiant blur. The amount is 38. The blur is spin, and I choose good. Alright. And then the next thing I have to do is to give it a layer mask, and then try to remove some parts that I did not need to show in the actual background. So the next thing I have to do is to add particular image to it. So let's see what it looks like originally. So this is the background I added, and I think I got this one too from free pick. Yeah. So and then I blur it to using zoom on radial. All right, the amount is 40% and the quality too is on good. Then the next thing I have to do is to blend it. Now if you can see, now I blended it to lightning. What else do I do? So I added a prophet image. All right, so after that, the next thing I have to do is to add another image and blend it. Now this one is the blending mode is soft light. The other one too is overlay, right? Because all pictures does not have the same exact lightning effect. All right, so the next thing I have to do is to find an image that communicates, God kind of feel. So the next thing I did was to download this background from freepik. Alright, I got it from freepik. So I added a new layer mask, and I removed where I did not want there. Then the next thing I added was the fire kind of word background. So on my previous video, I think I showed you guys how I was able to download this exact image that you are seeing on my screen right now. Yeah, so I got it using my free pick. Then the next thing I did, I have to overlay it. Of course, yes, because all images does not have actual the same lightning. So just to cover some areas that are too bright on the BG, then I added them. Just I have to like duplicate it. Then the next thing I have to do is now this is the major fact of this design. Now your typography, it matters a lot when you are trying to communicate with your visual elements. Now how to arrange your write-ups, it matters, because these are the things that audience will look at when they are checking out your designs. right? And then the next thing I have to do is to duplicate it, and then I think I did some effect on it. Now these are I came about this one. If you go to your transform, then you are going to see this particular switch of transform is to wrap text. All right, the function, what exactly it does is to wrap text. So I wrapped it and I used blood on it. Then the next thing I have to do is to duplicate my text and then use a blur on it. Now the kind of blur I used is this blur tool that has iris blur, path blur, spine blur. So and then I think my blur ratio is at 15%. Then what other things do I added on this design? Then this is the 40 hours text, then the ministry logo, and then the prophet himself. All right, now why I did what I did in this place is, one, while looking at this design primarily, there are few things that you can actually discover or that can point out some stories to you. One, aside the theme, the next thing that you are seeing aside the background is the arrangement of my characters in orders. All right, and then the next I had to do is to overlay my down part. All right, and then that is it. Then again, I think I still did something on it. Oh, okay, that was all about it. Then my text, the ministry IG, then what other things do I add? Then a part of lightning at the top. So a part of lightning at the top. Then what other things do I add? Then my details. Then the God of our Father. So I use the God as the main theme, right? So please, if you are here to subscribe to my YouTube channel, kindly like, share, and hit the notification bell for the next content review.